going to move forward to city manager's comments, update on city operations, discussion regarding discounting customer water bills.
Mayor and council, before talking about the discounting the water utility bills, there are several other items that I would like to share with you. The first one being the Oso Bay Wetland Preserve and Learning Center ribbon cutting. It is scheduled for Friday, June the 10th at 9 a.m. Again, that's Friday, June the 10th. There will also be tours as well as activities shortly after the ribbon cutting. The next item is regarding the mosquito plan. I believe last week we shared with you the basic management plan that the police department is following through vector control. We have since that time submitted to you an enhanced plan, and we have the police department here to kind of give you a quick overview of what that enhanced plan, mosquito plan is all about. We have Assistant Chief Shower and Captain White.
I'm Mark Shower. I'm an assistant chief with the police department. We ask for some more money over the next 12 months to be able to purchase more pumps for spraying, larvicide, more larvicide, and more Ambion for aerial spraying. So one thing we can do better, and you can't spray when it's raining, and when it's too humid or too windy, it's not effective. But we can do better at spraying at least construction sites, places where kids are going to be playing when we know there's going to be events. And we can also do better with educating, I think, the public of what we're going to do, because there's no magical solution to getting people's backyards, even with the spray. Because we can get, major arteries, we can get residential streets, but the spray doesn't reach up and over into yards where a lot of mosquitoes are breeding when you leave standing water. So some of the things that we had asked for, besides the extra insecticide to be able to spray, because we're very limited what we have now, is to be able to train 5 more employees to do spraying and become certified. Right now we only have 2. And we also are buying more granules that we can distribute to other city employees, because in the granules you don't have to have a permit or certification to spread those. And that you can put in standing water in the parks. Of course you can't treat standing water like ponds or streams or what wildlife is, but you can put the granules in standing water that collects when you have large amounts of rainfall. So we can get other city employees to help out doing that, which would help our effectiveness in some of those areas. We also are going to do some research. I have a full-time captain, Captain McCarty. He's going to look at what some other coastal cities are doing in Texas, since they're under the same constraints and laws that we are, and also call over to Florida, which I would think is mosquito haven for the world, and see what they're doing, see if we're behind the times in any of our best practices, see what we can do to further prevention. But we absolutely have to educate our folks about standing water in backyards, or report vacant homes with tires in the backyards. We might have standing pools, empty pools with water, so we can be able to access those empty lots and empty residences, abandoned residences, and treat those ponds, because those mosquitoes will breed, unobstructed if we leave those. So the extra monies we're getting over the next year should help us tremendously with being able to respond a little faster. But larvicide still seems to be a better way and a safer way, because when you spray the spray in the air, a lot of it dissipates or hangs on to the humidity and just falls to the ground. And we're also killing other things as well. And there's natural predators that come after the mosquitoes, but I know that doesn't abate people's complaints right after a major rain happens in the several days you have where the mosquitoes become unbearable.
Could we get also an update at the appropriate time on the best practice report after you get that information?
Okay.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
We can do that.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions related to that item?
If it was on the agenda, we might be able to.
Oh, okay. I'll move on. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The other item that we would like to share with you, you may recall that at the special council meeting regarding the boil water advisory, the consultant indicated that by this meeting, they would have the short-term action plans associated with the boil water advisory. We provided you a memorandum in the city manager report indicating that they need to they are working on the short-term action plans, but they need to engage TCEQ in those discussions, which will be held this week. Therefore, the short-term action plans will be on the June 14th council agenda. But we felt that it was important to make sure that TCEQ is part of the conversations related to the short-term actions. Okay? And then the last item is related to what is actually on the agenda, the discounting water utility bills. Staff wanted this item on the agenda because there's been a lot of discussion over the last several weeks regarding the request for discounting water utilities. And putting it here is trying to take the proactive approach to at least let everyone be aware that we recognize this is an issue, and we're very concerned from a legal standpoint regarding this issue, and we've engaged our legal counsel as well as our bond counsel in this regard. While it might seem very easy to say, let's do some type of discount, there are some implications, future implications based on this, and we need to make sure that if it's determined that we're going to go in this direction, we need to make sure that we have all of the information in terms of what is the short-term effect versus the long-term effect. I can tell you, based on the preliminary information that I've reviewed, I have a lot of concerns about moving in this direction, because we will be moving forward with utility bonds of the future, as well as refunding bonds, and we do not want whatever actions are taken to impact those two areas. And I wanted to at least make sure that you knew that we are looking at this, and our legal counsel will be given an opinion on this. But I didn't want this to just linger out there, because you are getting, I'm sure, or have gotten a lot of calls in that regard. And we just wanted to bring it forward to get your feedback, but to also let you be aware that staff has started to work on this, and we're having some serious concerns about it already.
Thank you. Did you want to add anything to that, Mr. Risley?
Yeah, we'll be sending a formal legal opinion to the council, and you may decide later on and follow up to talk about it in an executive session, but that'll be up to y'all.
Okay, thank you very much. Anything else on your report?
That's it. Thank you.